I'm a couple minutes early for once. I hope that everyone is doing well. I have my window open, which I normally have my window closed when I do live streams just to try and avoid any unwanted noise, but I always get really overheated. So I'm gonna have my fingers crossed that nothing too loud happens outside, and hope for the best. So as you can see, I have a sketch kind of already started here, or pretty much finished. It is going to be my sticker design for my Patreon page this month. I decided that the theme for this month's Patreon rewards is going to be citrus, which I think is pretty cute. So we've got little lemon earrings on her here. Can't make it to the stream. Thank you, Tina. Good luck. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. How do I get better at art? Any tips? Practice, man. That's really the name of the game. There is unfortunately no secret formula that I know of. Do you use references for your faces? Not always. Sometimes. This one, I did not use a reference for her face. I obviously looked at a couple different pictures for inspo on the hair, but no reference directly used for her face. So happy to make it to your stream. You're such a huge inspiration to me. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad that you were able to make it. How are you? Oh, I'm good. Thank you for asking. I hope all of you are doing well too. Oh, these ones I made them a little bit smaller than I think I wanted. Yeah, I'm doing good. I started the day with some feel-good music. I feel like if I start the day with some like fun, upbeat music, that's gets me in a good mood for sure. I love the bubbly hair. I love that hairstyle. Right? It's so cute. I've seen it. I remember I saw it on a picture of Sierra, and then it was also featured on a couple of drag queens on RuPaul's Drag Race had it. Olivia and Candy Muse both did this hairstyle on 2 different runways, and I was like, this is so adorable. It kind of reminded me of like Rugrats or the Proud Family. Super cute. It's currently 1 a.m. here. Glad I could watch the stream. Oh my gosh, so late or early in the morning. Thanks for coming. I hope you're not too sleepy. For me, it's like the opposite. It's 1 p.m. So it's like just past lunchtime. I usually like to do 1. That way I have have just eaten lunch normally, so that because there's been times where I've done live streams and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so hungry, but I want to keep streaming. So now I time it out so that I've recently had food and then I can stream longer. You should do a series of drawings, Nightmare Before Christmas for Halloween. I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I've definitely drawn Sally from that film quite a few times, actually, over the years. She's very, very fun to draw. The like patchwork and the like different colors and patterns on the dress, super, super cute. I'm definitely excited for Halloween already, even though we're still in summertime over here. So for those of you who have seen my Instagram, I've been doing a lot of these like 2-colored marker portraits, and I just think they're so fun and dynamic, so I'm definitely going to do that again for her. And yeah, I like to very lightly sketch out some of the shapes that I'm gonna have for the highlights, just so I have a little bit of kind of a mapping here. Just very lightly. I think maybe I'll do this. Sure. And I've gotten a couple of questions about this, like how I approach it, and honestly, it's pretty arbitrary. I'm not being overly concerned about it being like accurate. Mostly just going in with what I think will be kind of appealing. Oh my gosh, I missed so many of the chat rooms. Sorry, guys. Oh my god, BTS drawings in I'm a Wonder style. Yes. Yeah, I have been drawing some BTS members. I'm planning to do all of them, so don't you worry. I also, yes, the Jujutsu Kaisen portraits, I have 4 of them all done. So I did Yuji Itadori, I did Nobara, Kugasaki, and then I have Megumi, Fushiguro, and Gojo Satoru finished. I'm gonna post. I don't want to post them like every day because I want to space them out just to not bombard people. But yeah, they are done. So look forward to those slowly coming through the pipeline. And yeah, originally my next kind of like portrait series, I was gonna do Demon Slayer, but I was thinking I might wanted to change it up instead. I'm definitely still gonna do some Demon Slayer ones at some point, but I was like kind of itching to do some like watercolor and just like switch it up from the anime fan art. So as we are seeing in the chat room, I'm gonna be doing some BTS portraits, which I actually have already started. I've been doing like ballpoint sketches of them just to try and like figure out their likeness, and then I've been doing then I'm doing some watercolor portraits of them. And yeah, super fun. A little bit trickier because they are real people, and I do want to try and capture their likeness. So the style that I'm going for with those is a little bit more realistic than my usual, like very stylized portraits, because I wanted them to be recognizable. I don't think I got their likeness perfectly, but you know, it's hopefully it's enough to be able to recognize them. Also, I just realized I definitely wanted this to be switched. I wanted the lighter side to be coming from here and the darker side coming from here, but too late. Whoops. This is what happens when I get talking. I feel like it's hard to use the 2 different sides of my brain, talking and doing the art, but it's fine. We're committed to this. Let's see. I think I'll do the highlight on the eyelid here, and then on the lip. I've been waiting for the Demon Slayer movie to come out. The Demon Slayer movie is out, actually. It came out quite a while ago, actually. But yeah, I guess maybe if you're waiting for it to be available in your country. I have not seen it yet. I'm very excited, though. I think someone said it's on Crunchyroll. A lot of people have seen it already, so yeah, I'm excited. I haven't seen it yet, though. I do know a little bit of spoilers, and I'm not emotionally ready. I'm gonna erase this side just a little bit, just for this lighter marker here. Also, I do apologize. I'm not keeping up with the chat very well, because I do want to get this illustration hopefully done during this stream, because I need to order the stickers and so that they come in time for when I start packing all the Patreon rewards. I've not decided on what colors I want to do, but I think I'm going to definitely vary them up. And then take note that the earrings are going to be yellow since they are lemons. Cute. I saw your sneak peek at some BTS fan art. Have you been listening to K-pop recently? Yes, mostly BTS, but I have been dabbling into other K-pop groups. I've been listening to Little Stray Kids, listening to Blackpink, slowly dabbling, but mostly BTS. And I mean, there's so much content within just BTS. Like, not only their huge music discography, but like the TV shows and all that stuff. So it's been very fun. I've definitely fully fallen down that rabbit hole, and no regrets. There is a garbage truck passing by. Hopefully it's not actually going to stop here because it will be really, really loud. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, let's see. Which characters have you drawn of Demon Slayer? I have drawn Inosuke, and I've drawn Nezuko, I've drawn Gyu, and I've drawn Tanjiro. You can find them on my Instagram page. Actually, I did a live stream of some Demon Slayer character fan art, actually, now that I think about it. So you can watch that back on my channel at some point. It's still up. I usually keep the live streams up so that people can watch them later. And I like putting little swatches somewhere on the page so that I can keep track of the colors and see what they look like. This E220 color, I'm not crazy about it. I think I might look for something else. I want her to have like a tan skin tone. Let's see, BR. I have like a swatch. I have like all the swatches on this here, so I'm just using that as a reference point. BR2. Let's see what this color looks like. Actually, I might be able to actually go with this one. I might, I think it actually looks really nice next to this orange. And that's the thing too, is markers, they'll look a little different at first when it's still wet, and then when it dries, it lightens up or whatever. So yeah, I think I will actually go with that after all. Okay, what's going on in the chat? Sorry, guys. I'm deep into BTS. Legit, as soon as I caught this stream, the first word I heard was BTS. Sugar Cookie Mon, even your username, that's hilarious. Yeah, what started for me was, like, I was obviously very aware of them as a group, and I was familiar with, like, the major kind of singles. But what really kind of sealed the deal for me, or at least, like, got me curious enough to like really check them out, was their Tiny Desk concert that they did last year, right? Yeah, I was like, oh, they're, so charismatic and fun, and I think it was a good kind of gateway. So yeah. And my one friend, we have like a weekly hangout. She always comes over. We'll like drink wine, watch some Drag Race, watch some anime. And I was like, girl, you have no choice but to fall down this BTS rabbit hole with me. So I like over the weeks, I was like showing her different music videos and performances, and we watched a couple Run episodes, and now she's in it with me. Yeah, I don't know if I've used this color for a skin tone before. It's definitely got like a more olivey tone, which I feel like I usually go for really like orangey or pinky skin tones. So this is actually nice change up. Sorry, I'll look at the chat in just a second, I swear. But the thing is, with markers, is you don't want the edges to dry because then it ends up looking really patchy. So I have to do this all in one go. I mean, it does still look, it's not perfect. It's definitely still like got some uneven bits, but you know, trying to go for the best possible result as much as I can. Sometimes I go around the eyebrows. Sometimes I'll fill in the eyebrows when I do the skin tone. For whatever reason, I'm deciding to go around them, even though her eyebrows are probably going to be pretty dark anyways, but it's all good. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat here. Do you plan to do another Draw This in Your Style challenge? I didn't really think about that. I guess, yeah, I mean, they're pretty fun and it's cool to see everyone's interpretations. I'm still seeing people do the previous one that I did. I think it's fun to do them when I hit like a particular milestone, like follower count milestone on Instagram. And as we all know, the Instagram growth is pretty slow these days, so who knows when I'll hit a new milestone. But yeah, no, it won't be the last time I ever do one. But I'm preoccupied with a lot of other things right now, so it's not necessarily on the top of my list, but I'm sure that day will come again. How is reading the book Dune going? Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I literally got Dune months and months and months and months ago, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be so good, and I'm excited to read this before the movie comes out, and I still have not read it. I went to the beach with my friend 2 weeks ago, and I brought it with me thinking, okay, I'm definitely going to read this while I'm at the beach, and I literally did not. My friend and I just chatted up a storm instead. So, I mean, not a bad thing, obviously, you know, to spend some quality time with my friend, but no book reading to be had. And I went to the beach again last week, and same thing, did not read the book at all. My friend and I just ended up talking about mostly just reminiscing on music that we used to listen to back in the day in our tween years. Very fun. And just like about Y2K fashion and how it's like back in style and stuff. So funny. You can listen to the audiobook. Yeah, I definitely could. But I didn't buy it, but someone bought me the physical book. So it seems kind of silly to like pay for the audiobook when I already have the physical one. I used to actually subscribe to like the Audible, I used to have an Audible subscription. There we go. And so I actually have like a huge backlog of audiobooks that I have not read or listened to. I'm terrible. So hard to keep up with content. Have you watched the Cruella movie? I have not. That one didn't pique my interest that much, to be honest. I definitely like loved 101 Dalmatians growing up, but you know, I never I never resonated with Cruella as a character. You know, she skins puppies, so I was like, I don't know about this. But I mean, I've seen people saying that it's a lot better than they expected it to be, so that's cool. I think I did watch the trailer for it, and I think one of the things that really threw me off was I couldn't buy Emma Stone with the British accent, right? She does a British accent in the movie. I think it's like one of those things where like when an actress or actor becomes like so famous and you're so familiar with who they are, it's hard to like pull yourself. It's like almost distracting in a way. It's like a but I'm sure she did a good job. Is it okay if I draw some of your drawings? I don't upload my own. I just like copying drawings to help myself learn different styles. Yeah, I definitely think that using other artists' work for purely practice and experimenting purposes is totally cool. Yeah, I think the tricky thing is when people like start posting it everywhere, and then people get confused as to where the original concept and character came from or whatever. Which is why like I think using illustrations that were specifically for draw this in your style purposes is the best way to go, because then that way you know that the artist has explicitly invited people to interpret that particular drawing. I've done a number of illustrations for draw this in your style events in the past, and I have it highlighted. I have all the different illustrations highlighted on my profile on Instagram. So yeah, I definitely invite you to look through those and pick one that, or multiples that suit your fancy. I'm really into this like just like classic chocolate brown hair color right now. I feel like I'm so prone to fun like fashion hair colors, as some hairstylists would call it. And sometimes, you know, it's kind of refreshing to go back to something more natural, which is actually kind of where I'm at in my real life. I've been bleaching and dyeing my hair for so many years, and I finally got a haircut, and I chopped off like all of the bleached bits that I had on my hair, and I've now been rocking just the totally natural hair right now, and you know, changing it up here. I do think I want to bleach it again soon. Not to derail this back to K-pop, but I was very much inspired, or I'm very much into Lisa's hair in the Lovesick Girls music video, where it's like this like short bob, like blunt bob with like the bleached white layer underneath. I think it looks so cool, and I really, really want to do that. So I have the haircut now. I just need to either bite the bullet and go to salon and get the bleaching done, or attempt it myself, which a little nervous about, but I'm kind of looking forward to attempting. I've bleached my hair before in the past, and I used to like dye my hair quite often, so I have some experience with it already. Watch some Brad Mondo videos to try and prepare myself. Sorry. I absolutely love how you look with no makeup and glasses. You're so pretty, Tina. Aw, thank you so much. Yeah, going no makeup on camera is terrifying. I don't do it very often. I did it like once in I think my first studio vlog, and then saw myself and I was like, I don't know about this. And so I think since then, if I've been on camera, I usually end up wearing even a little bit of makeup. Sometimes it's like, you know, the no makeup look. But yeah, thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. Thing is though, I will say, is I actually do really, really love putting makeup on. I think it's so fun. And that's something that I've really been missing with like the pandemic and everything, because I've had no excuses to like get dolled up and stuff. But now we're at a point where things are opening up and I have excuses to put makeup on. So it's been really fun slowly. Just like whenever I have plans with anybody, even if it's like pretty casual, I'm like, oh my god, this is my moment. I bust out like my cutest outfits and I do like the full makeup shebang, all my accessories. It's like, this is their time. My friend was joking that like in a similar manner, she's like, I never get the chance to doll up anymore. And so she's like, she was joking about how even when she like goes to do groceries, she's like putting makeup on just so she can. Ooh, yeah, this like orangey red paired with this teal. Very cute. Very, very cute. Have you watched Luca? I have not. It looks adorable. I have not seen it yet. I'm kind of behind in terms of like Western animated movies. I haven't seen Raya the Last Dragon either yet. What other ones came out? There was another one that was like a Netflix special. No, it's Netflix special. Netflix original, I think. Yeah, I'm behind on those. I'll get there. I'll get there. Ooh, yeah. Who doesn't love a classic red lip? So good. And, oh, actually, I'm going to go ahead and make her eye color the same as her hair. Shout out to brown eyes, okay? I know that we all grew up, everyone who has brown eyes all wished that they had something else, but let's represent the brown eyes here. And very carefully gonna throw in her eyebrows too. I think straight eyebrows are so cute. There we go. And I try to kind of leave the front parts for later when I do color pencil, just so I can have that feathery moment at the front. All I wear is clear lipstick and clear lip gloss and practice lots of colorful eyeshadow at home. That's cool too. Makeup I think ultimately should be for you. So I'm here for that. I like quarantine. No one has to see the ugly phase of me growing out my buzz cut. You know what? That is so true. I feel like quarantine was a really good kind of cocooning moment for all of us who wanted to like go through experimenting with certain things or whatever. Like, I feel like, yeah, I was really close to attempting to cut my own hair at one point. I was like, oh my god, my hair's so long, I just want to get rid of it. And then I was like, maybe I should just try and cutting it myself. And I figured, you know, yeah, if it turns out terrible, at the very least, no one's gonna see me for a while, so I might as well try. But in the end, I didn't end up doing it. But it was kind of the perfect time for people to experiment with those kinds of things. I think I might make her shirt this color too. I know sometimes people, you know, compliment my color palettes and my color choices, which I'm sometimes like, well, obviously I'm flattered, but I never really consider myself to be super good with colors. And so I will say a tip with colors is if you can, try and use colors like throughout an illustration. So that's why I'm kind of like choosing to use the red in the little hair accessories and then the lips and then the shirt, like try and carry the colors throughout the illustration. Helps like tie things together and move the eye around the piece. All right, what's going on in the chat room here? I recently got the 60 set of Arteza gouache set, and let me tell you, you've inspired me so much to finally open it. Yay, that's so exciting! I really love gouache. I think that it is a medium that is pretty intimidating for people, but I think that it's so fun and really versatile, and I'm glad that I can inspire people to try it out, because I think that it is, yeah, it's kind of elusive for some people. I think most people, when they think of art, they think like watercolor and acrylics and oils, but gouache is very fun. Also, everybody drink some water. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Oh my gosh, someone tipped me? I see I have $3.74. Thank you so much for whoever tipped me. I'm sorry I missed that. Oh, I love the nails. Thank you so much. They're definitely a little chipped now. I haven't had to film a YouTube video in a little bit, so I kind of let my nails do their own thing for a little chipped. I try to have my nails like freshly painted whenever I film for YouTube. This is a live stream, so a little more casual, a little more different. So, okay, I'm trying to decide on what colors I want to do the rest of the little barrette thingies, but I think, first of all, since I already know for sure I want these lemons to be yellow, oh no, this is way darker than I think I intended it to be. Whoops. Hopefully it'll dry a little later, right? Let's see. Too late. We're committed. I love a mustard yellow, but it's a little darker than I think I wanted for this illustration in particular, but that's okay. Let's try. Let's see. I'll use a different yellow for the hair accessories. Okay, that's more what I wanted. Yes. Where do I want them? Maybe down here for the yellow. Aw, thank you so much, Shuga Cookie Mon, for the tip. Thank you. Are you filming a studio vlog right now? I'm not actually. I was actually just thinking about that today. I watched Studio Maggie's recent vlog today, and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't filmed anything for a new vlog. Vlogging is like, it's so hard to keep up with because I'm just not used to it. And so it's like weird to like be like going about doing something and then I'm like, wait, should I be like setting up a camera and lighting and whatever? So it's just like, it's a little bit disruptive when you're not used to it, but you know, obviously in time everything comes easier. So I do like I really like consuming studio vlogs, and when I like edit my studio vlogs, it's quite fun to see like, you know, documenting your life in that way. It's pretty cool. So I need to remember to do that at some point, or start vlogging again, or start filming the vlog. Thank you so much, JP Art. Aw, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. Also, these little like, are they fruit? Like working out? That's so cute. Is this a bidding war? Oh my gosh, guys, don't feel pressured to tip me at all. Like, thank you so much for you just like coming to watch the stream and chat with me. That's totally fine. And that's why like I like to do these free live streams, and then I do exclusive live streams on my Patreon page because I know that not everybody can afford to do those things. So thank you so much. That's so sweet. Do you have any tips for acrylic painting? Oh, you know what? I have not done any acrylic painting in ages. I've been like literally since I started my YouTube channel, I told myself that I wanted to do a acrylic painting for like as a YouTube video, but it has yet to happen, and it's been like 2 years since I've touched acrylic paints, I think. I have so many acrylic paints, and that's actually the painting medium that I had used when I was in my art fundamentals 1-year program in college, before I switched to graphic design, or went to graphic design. But yeah, it's definitely not a preferred medium, to be honest. I definitely prefer gouache and watercolors in terms of paint. But yeah, no, I should definitely find some time to squeeze in a acrylic video. I'm having second thoughts about this color selection that I've got going here. I don't know about this, to be honest. Hopefully it turns out okay, because I was hoping it was going to be the artwork for my Patreon sticker. So fingers crossed it turns out okay. I feel like this is my process every single time I do anything. I'm like, ew, I hate it. And then I just keep working on it, and then eventually it turns out okay. That's my tip on how to finish something. Just hope for the best. Oh, that's darker than I thought it was going to be. That's okay. What is your favorite movie of all time? Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm like a hardcore Libra in that sense of being very indecisive. I don't think I could pick one definitive favorite movie of all time. However, I'm happy to list a number of them that come to mind. Oh my God. Did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. Y'all. I did an uneven amount of little hair poofs. I was like, why is this one empty? Man, this is like when people draw hands and then they forget a finger. Okay, what color should this one be then? The heck? What did I? All right. Okay, favorite movies. First one that comes to mind is Jurassic Park. Just the first one. The original first Jurassic Park is like classic, untouchable, so good. It still stands up in terms of like all the practical effects. The dinosaurs look amazing. It's so suspenseful. It's amazing. I love it. I really need to read the book because I love that movie, so I should read the book. Lord of the Rings, blah 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 blah. The Lord of the Rings trilogy. I watch it every year. It's so good. Studio Ghibli, like incredible, so good. Pretty much almost all of the Miyazaki ones, specifically. What else? I'm blanking. Jeff Goldblum was great in it. Jeff Goldblum, when he's like lounging shirtless, like, and it like the camera just like pans and stays on him for like a little bit too long. So funny. So good. I remember in college, my friends, just like as a joke, they like printed, because I went to school for graphic design, so we had like access to printers, and they had printed out like a giant like picture of that scene, just like shirtless Jeff Goldblum like lounging, and they like rolled it up and put it in my backpack, and then I just like came home and I was like, what the heck is this? So funny. Okay. Now I want to do one more pass on the skin for some like darker shadow colors. And I think for that, maybe I'll do like a pinky color. Let's see. It should be like a darker pink since we've got kind of a mid to dark, more like a mid-tone skin color. So maybe try and find a mid-tone color for the shadows here. So what happens when I do like a lighter color on top of it, it starts to like lighten up the area. We'll see if that ends up happening with this. This might actually do that. We'll see. Yeah, you can actually see it happening right now. It's starting to like, I don't know, create this like textury, patchy look. I don't really know how to describe it. I don't mind it though, actually. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going with it. It's fine. And a little bit under, just a little bit under the eye there. Winking expressions are so cute, so playful. It's called lifting. Yes, thank you. That's definitely the word. Oh my god, you're live. Hello. Hello, hello. Is this based off a reference? It is not. I'm totally freehanding this. Okay, now we're going to use some fine liners. And right now I've been using mostly using these Micron fine liners. This is the PN nib, so it's like a plastic. Let's see. It's like a plastic nib. And I like these because they're better with going on top of color pencils and stuff. I find like the other ones, like the other type, they kind of, sometimes you like actually push them in a little bit or whatever. I got a pretty heavy hand, so I find these are like way more durable. Do I want to use brown? Do I want to use this purple? Decisions. Okay, I think I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use red for the parts with the bright highlight, and then I think I'll use the purple and the brown for the darker spots. I'm having a lot of fun like experimenting with colored, like multiple colored line art. Like with most of my work, I prefer to do like some kind of colored line art, but I'd always make the entire illustration have one color for the line art. And now I've been experimenting with like multiple different colors within one illustration, which is pretty fun. And I've also been experimenting with like slightly bolder line art as well. For your color pencils, you're going to use Prismacolor or Polychromos. I use both. I like using both because the Polychromos are like a harder lead, so they can be sharpened to a more precise point, which is good for like detail areas. And then I really like using the Prismacolor for a lot of the rendering, or most of the rendering, because they're much softer lead, which means they have, I think, a slightly better color payoff. But because they're softer, they break easier. So that's why I like both. And yeah. Obviously, not everybody can afford to have both. So that's why I like to try and explain my reasonings for the two of them. And then people can decide what they think would be best suited for them. And that's why I like to just talk about talk about the process of my own, how I approach things, as opposed to being just like this definitive, this is the best for beginners, because everyone's going to have a different preference. I was thinking of getting some colored pencils, but actually I was thinking of going Polychromos for the oil base to not lose the sketch when you use markers on top. Yes, yeah, the Polychromos is great for that. I personally really, really like using the Polychromos for my under sketch, especially with watercolors and gouache, because it's oil based, it's water resistant. So like when you start painting or using water on it, it doesn't budge. So yes, definitely really, really good for that, for sure. And yeah, that's so now I'm going to use the purple on the other side here. And by the way, all of the art supplies I'm using are listed in the description. I'm pretty sure I managed to list every single thing that I am using / intend to use, if you're wondering, because I'm sure somebody has asked. I can't tell if I think this pen might be running out. Perhaps. Might have to switch to the brown. We'll see. Oh, friendly reminder to drink some water, everybody. Drink your water. Do you use reference to help you out with lighting, like where you put it, or are you just going off of your knowledge? Yeah, so right now I'm not using any reference photos, but I definitely spend a fair amount of time doing portrait studies from reference photos, like in my sketchbooks. And so like I build that kind of knowledge in that visual library so that when I choose to not use a reference, I can kind of go from my knowledge from my previous practicing. Does that make sense? Which is why, when I get questions like, how do I get better? And how do I improve? It's like, practice, man. There's really no getting around it. There's no special secret. It just comes down to putting in those hours. But, from working from life, studying old masters, studying from other artists, definitely I think using like from life or photographs is really good. It's one of those, that quote where it's like, you need to learn the fundamentals before you can break the rules. What is that quote? I can't articulate myself right now, but you know what I mean. Like this, this is like, 15 plus years of knowledge sort of coming to fruition, essentially. And I'm always still learning, always still working my sketchbook, practicing, and, trying to improve. There's never going to be like, I don't think I'm ever going to be at a point where I'm like, okay, I've learned everything I could ever possibly learn. This is it. It's a journey. It's a journey. There's not a destination. It's a journey. And even like if I've, spent a morning doing all these figure studies or portrait studies, and then, I feel like I've, really gotten a handle on it. And then if I stop, and then if I like don't draw for like a week, you kind of lose a little bit of it and you have to start again. Not from scratch, obviously, but you kind of get a little rusty. So, in the same way that an athlete has to practice and upkeep their athleticism, I think it's the same with artists. You have to kind of upkeep your skill set and your knowledge. So it doesn't come easy. If it was easy, everyone would be a successful artist, right? I'm obsessed with this hair. It's so cute. I am a little bit mad at myself that I have an uneven amount of puffs, but it's too late. It's fine. I kind of like that I kept the window open. I don't know if you can hear the birds, but it kind of creates a nice kind of ambiance with the birds in the outside. I usually have my window closed because usually like the dumpster people are the garbage trucks are like going and it's super loud. Or I also face like a schoolyard, so then sometimes like the recess bell, wow, words, will go off, and then there's like kids screaming and stuff. So thankfully that hasn't happened yet. So fingers crossed that continues to be the way that it goes. It's much nicer for sure. Are those lemon earrings? Because if so, they're really cute. Yes, they are lemon earrings. Good eye. Yeah, this month's Patreon theme I decided was going to be citrus. And so, yeah, I thought I would do little lemon earrings on her. And then for the actual print artwork, I think I'll feature like maybe oranges or mandarins. And yeah, I like thought about making all these little kind of hair accessories fruit as well. Like I think, you know, if there were little lemons or oranges or something. Originally I thought of cherries as well, but cherries is not citrus, it's a fruit. But obviously citrus is a fruit as well. But I felt like that was going to be overkill, so I decided to just go with the lemon earrings and then just keep these little, just simple hair thingies. But I really love cherries as like an accessory motif, so I'm sure I'll feature some cherries at some point. This chat is so wholesome by helping each other out. Love this community. Yay, I'm so glad. That is what is so great about art communities. I feel like generally quite chill. I'm so thankful to have such a nice, generous little community here. So thank you everyone for being so awesome and kind, and I'm glad that you guys are helping each other out, because obviously I am just one person and I can't answer everyone's questions, and I'm, you know, busy working away here, so I can't keep up with every question. But yes, I'm very thankful that y'all can help each other out. In the past, I've had people ask me if I like have a Discord or I'll start a Discord, and I love the idea of like a Discord for that reason, but I'm so swamped with things. So I think having a Discord would just be really hard for me to keep up with. But I'm glad that with these live streams we can kind of have that kind of rapport in that community. So we're still getting that community vibe, just in a different setting. Almost forgot about the little lemons, and then I'll get to her facial features. Go back to the red for this lemon. Yeah, for a really long time I never think to use red for line art. I think because when I think line art, I think like purples and blues. But I always use red to outline, or not outline, I always use red for my sketches, and I always liked the look of it. So I was like, oh, maybe I should try using red for line art. So here we are. But yeah, I do think that the red is not quite dark enough for everything, and so that's why it's nice to alternate between the purple to get those kind of darker parts, to get that contrast. Those hair pieces remind me of Sailor Jupiter's hair pieces. Yeah, exactly. The two little like kind of balls, and they have the little tie. I used to have so many of those as a kid. I don't know if they're even, I don't know how common they are these days, but I used to have a lot of them when I was a kid. And yes, they're very reminiscent of Sailor Jupiter's little hair thingies. I don't know what to call them either. Hair ties with little balls on them. There's probably like a proper word for it, but I don't know what it is. The 90s are back. I bet we could find some. Yes, I'm all about the 90s coming back. I mean, I think we're slowly moving into like, not even slowly, we're definitely moving into like the Y2K, like the early 2000s fashion coming back now. And I'm like, wait, can we stay in the 90s? Now we get to do her facial expression. Super cute. You love a little winky face. Get those eyelashes in there. I'd also have like wacky ones with like little burgers or fries or butterflies. Kind of want to go back to more hair accessories. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm really into like hair barrettes and stuff as well. I have a bunch of them, and I really enjoying accessories in general. I recently placed an order for some earrings and necklaces. I actually just emailed. So my friend works at a tattoo parlor as an apprentice, and they also do piercings there. And she made a post that her friend slash coworker would needs people to practice ear piercings on. And so I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. So I literally like right before this stream, I sent them an email being like, I want to get a second set of earlobe piercings. So I can wear more earrings at once. So hopefully they have a spot for me, and I can get that done. I actually didn't have my ears pierced for most of my life. I only got my ears pierced like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and now I'm like so in love with wearing earrings. So now I want the second holes. Gotta wear all the earrings. Yes, definitely. Do you have a name for this girl yet? No, I just I did the sketch yesterday. Feel free to give her a name if you guys you know, feel so inclined. I'm gonna do a little red here in the center there, just to, why not? Why not? Something that I've also been enjoying doing is putting some blue around the eyes, which is kind of reminiscent of, like, for those of you who wear contacts, you'll know that, or you might know that you can kind of see this like little slightly blue ring around your irises when you wear contacts. At least that's the case for me anyway. I got my ears pierced as a baby. Yeah, I had my ears pierced when I was like 8 or something, or like kind of younger. So I was like, I cried when I got them done. And then I was, you know, I was a kid, not very good at taking care of them. So they ended up like they ended up closing. And then I didn't get my ears pierced again until I was an adult. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people getting their ears pierced when they're like babies, and then it's pretty much like permanent in terms of like it doesn't close in when you don't have earrings on, which thankfully is the case for me. My ear piercings, I can go days, probably weeks without wearing any ear piercings in them, and they don't close up on me, which I'm very thankful for. Cute. Okay, I think I'm gonna do her eyebrows as well with this, since her hair color and eyebrow color is pretty dark, so I can get away with this. Sometimes if it's like a lighter one, I'll use colored pencil just so it's a bit more feathery looking, but since it is pretty dark, I can go ahead. Although I realized I should have used the brown probably rather than the purple. It's okay. That's fine. Actually, speaking of, let's use the brown for the little baby hairs. Right? So cute. I think those like slicked, curled baby hairs are so adorable. I have 10 ear piercings. Ooh, that's a lot. I love the look of like stacked ear piercings, so I'm definitely jealous. I recently met up with my friend, and she, obviously I hadn't seen her in a while because of pandemic, and I was like, whoa, you have so many tattoos now, and it made me a little jealous because she looked so cool. But I'm so indecisive. Like I really don't think I could commit to a tattoo. Also, I think my pain tolerance is pretty low. Which just probably explains why I don't have a lot of piercings and have no tattoos, but we'll see how I do with my ear piercing experience again. Although with ear piercings, it's like instant and like over, whereas a tattoo is obviously like a prolonged thing. So I don't know how I would fare. But she had a little sword, like a broken sword on her side. I was like, oh man, I love sword motifs. So cool. Now she's like low-key trying to convince me to get a sword tattoo. Also, drink water. I want a tattoo, but I want to be a lawyer. I mean, I guess if you got a small tattoo in a place where you could always cover it up when you're at work, in a work setting, I think that's pretty fair. I think that's what a lot of people do in, you know, when they have a profession that is, you know, where tattoos are probably frowned upon, I guess. Like my friend, I mean, she has tattoos all over the place, but she did have that one tattoo like on her side, which obviously you would never see in a lawyer setting or in a workplace setting, I should say, or most workplace settings, I should say. Okay, now that I've done that, I think we're on to color pencils. Yay! Let's go. Tina, can you call her Kagami? That's a cute name. That sounds familiar. I feel like I watched something with that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, is Kagami a character's name in Kokoro no Basket? Right? Is that one of the lead characters' names? Kagami? I think so. I decided to watch Kokoro no Basket. Why am I having troubles with that? Because I really loved Haikyuu, and I was like, you know, it's another sports anime. Maybe I'll be into this too. And it was cute, but I think the whole time I was like, kind of want to watch Haikyuu again. I feel like I'm more invested in the characters with Haikyuu than I am with the characters in Kokoro's No Basket. Because like I'm not there for the sports, I'm there for the characters. You know? Kagami, Kagome. I feel like Haikyuu became less about the anime and more about the fandom produced work once well, to be fair, the anime is still going because the manga, why do I keep doing that? The manga's finished. I have not read the Haikyuu manga. But I think that they're still going to keep producing the anime because they haven't finished the story. So I'm looking forward to more Haikyuu content. But yes, lots of fan art and fan things out there for sure, which I'm not mad at. I surprisingly have not drawn any Haikyuu characters or fan art, which honestly, that's actually really surprising now that I think about it. I really should. But who would I draw? There's so many characters. Oh wait, no, I lied. I drew Oikawa on my videos. I lied. I have done fan art. Never mind. I retract. Don't watch Banana Fish. Oh my gosh. I watched Given and I bawled my eyes out and I was like completely emotionally distraught for like weeks. I can't even like listen to the soundtrack without like wanting to burst into tears. I like it came on my iPad on my phone when I was like grocery shopping and I was like, I'm gonna cry in the middle of the grocery store. So yeah, no, I probably would not be able to handle Banana Fish. Too emotionally involved when I watch stuff. Which is why Haikyuu is perfect, because it's like you get caught up in the characters and stuff, but it's not in a way where it's not like heavy. And so it's just very lighthearted and fun, which I think is what I need in my current emotional state. Banana Fish will make you cry, River. If it makes you feel any better, it's one of my top favorite animes, and I've hardly done any art over the years that I've obsessed over it. Low stakes. Sorry if it's been asked already, but how do you decide on your color palette? Color palette, I would say I kind of go into an illustration with like a main color in mind or a couple colors in mind and then go from there. Some of it's intuitive. A lot of it really has to do with like experimenting and trying to keep it fairly minimal in terms of what the main focus is going to be. So when I started her, I knew I wanted to do this two-tone color happening, and then I went in with like this like reddish color for her lips, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna roll with that. So then I added the red in the hair accessories and then the shirt, and I don't know, it's one of those things that is hard to explain, and I don't know if I necessarily have like a set plan or a way that is like a systematic way of going about it that is easy to explain. I don't know. I think that's like a lot of my art process, which is why I don't do tutorials. I just don't really think my art process, my thinking process is suited for like a step-by-step tutorial type content. Okay, now I'm gonna pick a color for the kind of shadowy bits. I really love using purples for shadow, so I think I'm gonna use purple and then maybe like a magenta-y color. Are you planning to do more digital pieces for a video or a stream? Not anytime soon. Probably because it's just not something that I'm as keen on. But I do know some people had asked about, or since someone had asked about how I go about drawing on the iPad, which is really not anything different, I think, than like anyone else's approach. Like I'm not like primarily a digital artist, and so anything that I have to offer in a video is going to be quite nothing new. Yeah, there we go. I feel like I don't have anything new or exciting to offer in terms of like digital art making, because it's not something that I do very often, and I feel like I'm not very knowledgeable or whatever in that area. And then on top of that, like the few digital art videos that I've done have like performed pretty poorly on YouTube in the grand scheme of my channel. So it's sort of like a combination of like am not keen on it, and then the performance on the videos are not super good either, so it's like, oh, what's the point? But we'll see. I don't know, maybe I will at some point. But thank you for the interest. I'm glad that somebody watched them. I just find, like, and don't get me wrong, I love looking at other people's digital art. Like, I'm not knocking digital art, like, at all. Just me personally, I find I don't stay as engaged when I'm personally making it. Like, I really have to, like, force myself to stay focused when I'm doing it. Whereas I find with traditional art, I find I can kind of get lost in the art process a little more. Something about the very tactile vibe of it, I think. What is your favorite sketchbook for gouache? Do you use gesso? I actually don't use gesso for when I use gouache in sketchbooks. I don't think I have a favorite, to be honest. Any watercolor sketchbook, really, I'm fine with for gouache. I sometimes use gesso on the paper for paint markers. I've done that a couple times because I find the paint markers need a smoother surface to work on. But gouache, I find you can get away with using something that's textured. I do have a favorite art supply video up on my channel that I did like last year, I think. And honestly, I don't think my art supplies have changed that much. I guess at that point when I made that video, I hadn't used Ohuhu markers yet. So I feel like if I were to make it now, I'd probably include Ohuhu markers. But again, like, I'm really not that brand loyal. Alcohol markers, they all kind of feel really similar to me. And I use so many different brands all the time. Like, before I had a YouTube channel, I would be mixing brands like crazy all the time. But now that I have a YouTube channel and people are always asking me what brands everything is, it's easier for me to just stick to like as few brands as possible, because I'm like, I'm gonna have like 100 things to list in this description. So now I really try to like reel it in for when I am making it for the public. But I'm not, if it's not a YouTube video, I'm going crazy on the art supplies, because I used to work at an art supply store, and so I was like, I might as well just try a little bit of everything. Why not? And if it's like the same medium, you can interchange them, no problem. Like any acrylic gouache, any acrylic marker, you can mix the brands, it doesn't matter. Which is why I often like to describe things as what the medium is rather than the brand. Like, especially with paint markers, I think everyone thinks Posca is like the only option, but like Poscas are just an acrylic paint marker. You can use all sorts of brands. You don't have to exclusively use Poscas. Poscas are really nice, for sure. But, you know, there's lots of other affordable options out there too. Or more affordable. Because Poscas, I think, get a little pricier, especially depending on where you are. My friend and I are hoping to go to Japan at some point. Obviously not right now because pandemic things, but I am looking forward to acquiring a butt ton of art supplies when I'm in Japan, because like Poscas and like there's so many Japanese branded art supplies that I know will just be so much cheaper when I'm there. Ooh, I'm excited. Not that I need more art supplies in the first place, but you know, if I'm in Japan, I gotta do it. I've tried so many acrylic paint marker brands and can say Posca are still my favorite. Cannot go wrong. Yeah, I do agree that Poscas are really, really nice. And I think there is a reason why they're so popular and why they're kind of the go-to brand for acrylic paint markers. I haven't tried that many brands, but I would agree that from the ones I have tried, they are my favorite too. So I will say that. I will give them that for sure. But, you know, I feel like anytime I mention a particular art supply, there's always going to be someone to be like, I can't can't afford that. I don't have access to that, you know. So it's easier to just kind of lead with the type of medium. But yeah, I've used Posca and I've used Maltao, and I've used up to Sarah brand all on my channel previously. So if y'all are interested in seeing the paint marker process, then you can check those out on my channel. I would highly recommend Angela Pan if you want more paint marker content videos. She makes really beautiful illustrations with paint markers, and she has a lot of like very comprehensive YouTube videos on how she uses the medium. This side with this like purple magenta thing, oh, I love it. It's so cute. So now I'm going ahead and just bringing the magenta over on this side because why not? I like putting a lot of emphasis around the eyes, of course, so we're doing that. Just bought our X Jelly Gouache, and I am in love with them. Yay, so exciting. I think I'm going to use the Jelly Gouache again in a video soon. I think maybe another... Oh, yeah, that was my idea. So for those of you who are familiar with my channel, you'll know that I've done a couple different, like, movie screen cap studies using Jelly Gouache. I did Klaus, and then I did Mulan. And then this time I'm thinking, because I really enjoy doing those, like, studies, and Jelly Gouache I think is, like, a great medium to use for studies in your sketchbook. And originally I was thinking I was going to do another movie, but then I thought, ooh, let's switch it up. And so I think I might do some screenshots from a BTS music video instead, which I think would be really fun. And because they have, like, you know, the budget on these music videos are insane, and the sets are gorgeous. And I think in particular, probably Boy with Love, like the sets are so colorful and vibrant and just like so aesthetically pleasing and juicy. So I think that would make for a really, really fun study. And I think it'd be a fun video because then I can, you know, talk about Jelly Gouache, and then I can talk about BTS. So yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna make that video, but that's something that came to my brain as I was trying to fall asleep the other night. It was like midnight or 1 in the morning, and I was like trying to fall asleep, and my brain just doesn't shut up. And I was like, oh my god, this is a great idea for a video. I'm glad I remembered that. Now that I've said it out loud, I'll remember it. I should write things down, but you know. Yes, yes, please do it. Yay. I want to do one for Film Out, but I'm nervous. Oh, you should do it. Do it, do it, do it. Boy with Love is maybe your color palette and gorgeous. Can I recommend a K-pop group? 17 is really good as well. I think you'll love the Fallen Flower music video. Okay, I've definitely seen 17 going around. I'll keep that in my brain. I'm like slow. The K-pop scene is so expansive, and I know that there's like so much content out there. So I'm like really like trying to slowly ease my way in. But yeah, I know. I'm getting there slowly but surely. What is your fave BTS music video, not song? Yeah, that is an easier question for sure, I feel like, because there's so many songs, but music videos, it's like we can pare it down a little bit more. What is my favorite music video? Ooh, boo, 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 boo. Good question, though. I'm trying to think. They really put in the work on those music videos. I'm trying to think. I think in terms of, yeah, like art making, I think I definitely want to do the Boy with Love because that color palette is like right up my alley in terms of like art, visual art making. But I think in terms of like my favorite music video might be I'm really drawing a blank. Oh, you know what? Okay, this is like, maybe this is a cop-out, but I think the kinetic manifesto performance of On is like incredible. I know that's like not a proper music video, but that's kind of that's the only thing that's like really like standing out for me right now. I think it's really a good display of their really like explosive energy and choreography and performance, like the charisma that they have when they're performing, like they're like really in it to win it. It's kind of got that kind of more aggressive vibe to them. I mean, there are no wrong answers. This is true. There is no wrong answer. They're all good. Have you been watching the Olympics? I have not, actually. I'm not a big sports person. I feel like the Olympics is like the thing for people to watch that are like, or the thing for everyone to watch, even if they're not into sports. But yeah, I have not been following, I've never kept up with the Olympics. But yeah, I don't know. It's not the thing for me. I mean, I feel like if someone I was hanging out with like really wanted to watch it, then I wouldn't be opposed to it, but it's not something I'm seeking out personally. Instead, I'm like watching. Me and my friend last weekend, she was over, we decided, we're like, let's learn the butter choreography. So we found what's the channel, Ellen and Brian. They did like a breakdown of the chorus for butter, so we're like learning that. I'm like, and we're just like, damn, we're so out of shape. This is like one of their easier choreos, and I'm like dying. Okay, I think now I should start the hair. I feel like I've been spending a lot of time noodling around with the skin here, so let's start the hair. I think what I might do is I'll do blue a little bit on this side. Yeah, bring the blue over here. Ooh, cute. Yes, okay. This is the beautiful thing about Prismacolor, I think specifically Prismacolor color pencils, is they're so pigmented. Like you can see that blue on top of that dark brown like pretty well. And that's where the coins be. That's where your coins are going to, is that nice pigment payoff, that color payoff. Is the background going to be pink? I'm actually not going to do a background because this is meant to be a sticker design for my Patreon page. So I'm gonna leave the background just as white, as a plain background. And it makes it easier for me when I when I do stickers, because it's a traditional piece, not a digital one, I have to scan it, and then I have to go into Photoshop and edit out like all of the background. And so cleanup and editing the background out is way easier if it's just like the white of the paper. If you're curious about like that kind of process, I know Cosmic Spectrum has done a video showing how she like scans her traditional artwork and then cleans it up in Photoshop and all that. So like it's this, my process is exactly the same. So if you're curious about that, I recommend checking her out. And she's actually been doing like a really great video series on her channel on like how she approaches like figure studies and all that. So like if you're looking to learn how to like draw the human figure and stuff, like highly recommend her channel, because she's definitely like way more skilled and consistent than I am at it. And I think I've noticed anyone that like the artists that I follow who have like a really good handle on figure drawing, I noticed most of them have like an animation background, which makes so much sense because with animation you really develop like a fast hand, I think, and you spend so much time doing like life drawing and stuff. So, and like learning the anatomy of the body and all that stuff. So yeah, highly, highly recommend that. Cosmic Spectrum, there we go, is the person, the artist that I'm talking about. Okay, so that's that. And then maybe I'll put some blue up here. Oh, maybe some blue, just a little bit of blue in the hair that's pulled back here. Oh yeah, that looks cute. Kind of gives a little shine. In terms of art block, I've done a number of sketchbook videos. Actually, my most recent YouTube video is literally 5 ways to fill up your sketchbook. So I think that's a good place to start if you have art block. And I do have another video that's pretty similar, that's titled how to deal with art block or something. I don't know, something like that, of that nature. So I've done a number of videos like talking about dealing with art block, and like it's gonna be different depending on the situation too. I think like sometimes you just have to like push through it, and sometimes you just genuinely need a break from making art in the first place. So it's just about like evaluating which point you're in. But sometimes, if you're like me and you're like, I have deadlines that I have to meet, then you like definitely just have to force yourself to do it. That's kind of the cons of being an artist as your career and income is sometimes you have to do it when you're not in the mood for it. But I mean, there's pros and cons to every profession, so it is what it is. I feel like I should have used orange for this part to match the highlight of this side. Too late. Too late. Something's up with this. I feel like I don't like it quite as much as I wanted to. Let me look at my other one. Yeah, so this was the sticker design that I did for last month. And I'm like vibing with this one way more. I don't know. Maybe this one, I think this one had like a more cohesive color palette. Whereas this one feels, maybe there's too many things happening. Let me see. Maybe if I tone down this red, maybe if I make the red a little bit cooler. I don't know. Something about it is like really not, I'm not digging it. I don't know what it is. Might be the red. Even though I told myself like the red was like the main focal point of this color palette, but again, this is a good example of how I go into something and I don't have a clear plan, or the plan doesn't get executed the way that I think it will. So let's see. Yeah, let's try making this red cooler and see how I feel about that. I guess also I didn't, I haven't rendered the little hair thingies, so maybe that will help. I also haven't rendered a lot of the, kind of the center bits of the hair as well, so I'll do that too. I think I'm liking this purple on top of the red though. Today's Friday, right? Yes. Ooh, we love Fridays. Something that I've been doing for the most part is I've been trying to actually give myself weekends off in terms of work. So when Friday rolls around, I'm very excited because that means the weekend, and that means no emails. Like that's my rule for myself is because you need to set those boundaries, right? Otherwise, just go crazy. So when Saturday, Sunday rolls around, I don't answer emails at all. I don't look at them. I don't answer them. Even like at the end of the day on a Friday, and if I have an email, I'm like, that can wait till Monday. And I think that has definitely helped a lot. I think it's really important, even if you are self-employed or you work from home, it's important to like give yourself those boundaries because yeah, before like I used to have notifications on my phone for my emails, and so it'd be like 8 p.m. on a Saturday and I'd get an email from someone, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta answer it right now. And it's like so stressful and just so unnecessary. And so now I have no notifications for emails on my phone, and it has helped a lot. Do you watch Netflix on the weekend? I do. Yeah, Netflix is one of the few subscriptions that I actually pay for. Yeah, I watched Netflix. Yeah, watched it a fair amount. I watched the second season. I binge watched the second season of Never Have I Ever when right after I got my second vaccine dose. It was like the perfect thing. It came like at the perfect time. I was like, I feel super tired. I don't want to do anything, and then I was like, oh, perfect. I'll watch Never Have I Ever. And yeah, it was. I liked it. I think I definitely preferred the first season a lot more, but I still enjoyed the second season. I think Maitreyi as Davy is like perfect. She's so good. I really enjoy her performance. I really enjoy her character. I think, you know, and I really like Mindy Kaling. So, and you can really hear like Mindy Kaling's voice in a lot of the dialogue in terms of her like jokes and her writing style. Have you watched Stranger Things? Yes, I did. I watched all the seasons. I just saw that they released a teaser for season 4, which is like, damn, this is taking a while for this to come out. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna catch the 4th season when it comes out. I think the first season was like phenomenal, and then it kind of petered out a little bit in my interest, but still really enjoy it. I'm still gonna catch it when the next season drops. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep adding these purples and see where it takes us. They kind of look like little eyeballs now. Living from art is what you've expected when you first left your 9-to-5 job. My journey is kind of what's the word? I never really had a 9-to-5 job. Is that weird? I've been working retail for all of my teen years and my adulthood. So it was like, I would say it's more of a day job than a 9 to 5 job, because it was never salary. It was never 9 to 5. It was so, like, the schedule is always different every single week, which was kind of tumultuous, because then you couldn't have, like, you never had a set schedule. It was all over the place all the time. Yeah, so I literally had been working retail up until last September. So I'm only approaching my 1 year anniversary. I'm only like just approaching my 1 year anniversary of being a full-time artist. So like the entire time during my like after school, I was doing retail and then trying to figure out what I wanted to do art-wise, like on the side. And so yeah, it was a long journey. I hope, or I'm planning to, I think I'll probably do some kind of video in September discussing my experience, my 1 year experience as a freelance, full-time artist. I think that'll be good, just to have like a, comprehensive video about it. My experience specifically. And then, yeah, I think it'll be a good way of marking that 1 year, and maybe hopefully, down the line I can look back at it and be like, wow, look how far I've come. Hopefully I'm still able to keep this up. What anime are you watching right now? I am watching Hunter x Hunter, and I am rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen with my friend. I feel like I've been talking about Jujutsu Kaisen a lot lately, which I'm fine with because I love it. And because my friend and I, we get together once a week, so we only watch like 2 or 3 episodes at a time. So it's like really stretched out, which is why I've been watching it or rewatching it for so long, because it's like, ongoing thing. But on my own, I've been watching Hunter x Hunter, because the first 4 seasons are on Netflix. So I'm slowly watching that. I'm on I think I just started season 2, or maybe I'm on the end of season 1. I forget. But yeah, it's like one of those classics that I had never gone into, and so I was like, why not? Let's try it. It's not like standing out for me so far. Like, it's like fine, but it's a pretty long series, I think, as far as I can tell. So I imagine that we'll see. I'm curious to see where it goes, for sure. I like it enough to keep going. So okay, I need a darker color for the irises here. Maybe I'll go with this. And this is where like the polychromos comes in, because we want that sharp detail part here. There we go. Yeah. And so even though her eyes the base color I used was brown, to get that color and interest going, I'm using this like dark purpley blue for that. And then maybe I'll use like a little bit of pink just to brighten up just a little bit right on the bottom here. I've been really enjoying like putting a lot of like extra colors in the eyes. Just really make them pop. Maybe a little fleck of blue. Why not? Cute. And then Toilet Hound Hanako-kun is so good. I have not heard about that one. How long is the stream going to be? I don't know. Maybe, I think last time it was like 2 hours. Right now, where are we at here? We're at 99 minutes. Yeah, I think last time I was like, oh, my phone says 20% battery left. I guess we're ending soon. So I think maybe I'll just do that. Although I feel like I'm going to be... I don't know. We'll see. So much of my life is so unplanned. I remember, yeah, an Art Mutual couple weeks ago, last week. They asked, they're like, oh, when are you doing a live next? I'd love to join. And I was like, I have no idea. You know, when people ask, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I'm like, I don't know. Hopefully I'm still alive. I don't look that far ahead most of the time. Okay, I think I'm going a little ham on this blue here. I'm not really crazy about this orange. I think I prefer using the purples and pinks on the blue bits here. Oh, you know what this needs? We need to bring in the black on the eyes, to make them really pop. Do you ever experiment with a looser drawing style just for fun? I have been telling myself to do that for so many years, but I'm so I find it really difficult to loosen up. Like, I think I'm just like a perfectionist by nature, and so even though in my mind I want to try a looser style, and I love looking at other artists that do like much looser work, like Leah Lexon or Sophie McPike. Their work is like so expressive and fun, and I just love how like dynamic it feels and loose. And then whenever I kind of like go into something and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and loosen up and keep it casual or keep it loose, and then I end up just getting carried away and going ham. So one of these days, maybe. It's hard to break those habits when you're so accustomed to going about art one way. But I think an approach that might like force me to loosen up is like if I force myself to use like one thick paintbrush, or if I hold the utensil like further away, like little like handicaps essentially to like force me to loosen up. I think that might be the stepping stone that I would need to take. I would love to see some Steven Universe fan art in your style. Lucky for you, I have done some Steven Universe fan art in the past, mostly Garnet. If you scroll back to my 6 fan arts video that I did, I think last year, I drew Garnet. And I've painted Garnet a couple times before, like way back. There's been like a couple of attempts of Pearl that I've never shown anyone. Pearl is so hard to draw for me. I've tried and failed many times. Or I say many, like a few times. Oh, and I've drawn Amethyst before as well. I think, did I post that on Instagram? I might have. Anyway, any of like my fan art, or the fan art that I've done for Steven Universe is pretty old now, but I have done it before. Okay, we're gonna bring in the white paint marker, I think, for the highlights in the eyes and on the face. Here it is. Yes, here we go. Have you ever considered the idea to try new illustration styles or genre, like botanical, scientific, kids, food illustration? Yeah, I've, in my most recent YouTube video, actually, I did, oh, actually, I have it, hold on. Let me just finish this off, and then I'll show you. I love just going like real extra with the little highlights. So cute. Okay. Oh, inner corner. Gotta get the inner corner. Yeah. Okay. So, in my most recent YouTube video, I actually showed off, I worked on, where is it? So I did these, which was a prompt from my Patreon page. So on my Patreon page, I do an exclusive live stream every single month. And this was, I think, in June. I had asked them, I was like, oh, give me some drawing suggestions. And a lot of the suggestions were like very summer themed, like fruit and lemonade and pool floaties and stuff. And so I was like, oh, we'll just go like full summer theme. So I did like a totally summer themed spread here using paint markers, and then I featured a little clip of it in my video, and then I also did this spread in the July exclusive Patreon page thing. What am I saying? Patreon exclusive live stream. There we go. And this was a still life that he did using paint markers and alcohol markers. And this was, I used the reference photo from the Instagram page, Still Life Still Here, or Still Here Still Life. I forget which order that is. I talk about it in the video. But yeah, they like shoot photographs of still lifes and specifically request or prompt artists to interpret them in their own way. So I did that. And yeah, so every so often I do little studies like this. I think it's important to try different things, and then obviously you can incorporate them into your usual illustrations too. And it's fun to just, you know, try something different and explore, develop those skills. Still Here, Still Life. Yes, thank you very much. That's the one, that's the one. Yeah, which I think is perfect because I'm lazy to set up my own interesting still life, and so it's great that there's Instagram that can, you know, provide some cool drawing photos for me. How do I feel about this purple in the hair? Maybe this pink instead. Let's see. Both is good. My friend and I always quote that scene in Road to El Dorado. And they're like, both is good. That movie is underrated. So good. She and I joke that we're like the Miguel and Tulio to each other. I think she's the Miguel and I'm the Tulio, I think. Casual Road to Colorado reference. Thank you. I'm glad. That's like mine and my friend, like, that's like our friendship in a nutshell. It's just us making references to things. That's like, that's our whole conversation most of the time. And the best is when we make the same reference at the same time. Like I'll never forget this. And this is like my favorite moment that I've experienced in my life, honestly. We were rewatching Inuyasha, the final, what's it called? What's the arc? What's the final season called? Anyway, you know what I mean. And there's a scene where Koga acquires this like claw weapon, and literally at the exact same time with the same inflection, both of us were like, come on, Wolverine. Which is like such a specific, like partly Drag Race, partly Marvel reference. Like, it was so funny. We were dying. Inuyasha final act. Yes, thank you. That's the one. I love the drawing you're working on. Hairstyle and hair ties are absolutely adorable. Makes me think of fruity candy. Yes, right? Exactly. It made me think of fruit as well, which is kind of where it came from. The theme that I was going for was like citrus. So you definitely hit the nail on the head with that. Okay. Rendering the hair is doing it for me. Putting in this like warm magenta color. I think I'm digging it. Ooh, with this pink. Cute. I think that was what I was like, with the other one, I had like way more colors happening in the hair. So I think that's what's missing for this. I know people were saying they thought the lighting was too strong, but that's kind of the point that I go for with these. I want the lighting to look strong. That's my goal. We extra up in this house. Doing the most all the time. Reminds me of Candy Muse's Bag Runway. Yeah, totally. I thought that was going to be a Toy Story reference. The claw. That would have been good too. Yes, I had mentioned earlier that that both Olivia and Candy Muse did this hair on the runway. Yes. I think I liked Olivia's better from what I remember, I think. Actually, did I? I don't remember. There's so much Drag Race. It's hard to like keep them all. Like anything after season 9, I mix them all up. Hot tip when using colored pencils, keep those pencils sharp. Keep them sharp. You want to maximize that pigment. I'm obsessed with using this baby pink on dark hair. So cute. I love how, like, at the beginning of the stream, I was like, yeah, let's go with a natural hair, chocolate brown. And now it's like 600 colors. I'm so extra. Like, I met up with some friends to go to a tiki bar last weekend, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, tiki bar, so fun. Like, because, you know, we're now at a point where things are opening up and we have patios so we can hang out and meet people again, and like everyone that I was meeting up with were all vaccinated, so I was like, this is my time. So I like wore like a really cute dress, I curled my hair, full face of makeup, accessories, the whole shebang. And I got there and my one friend was like wearing a hoodie. And I was like, whoa, we are on totally different pages here. To be fair, it was pretty cold. So I definitely don't blame her for wearing a hoodie. And to be fair, also, she had like a cute top on underneath, but it got cold. So she was like, sorry, I'm wearing a hoodie. I was like, nah, man, do your thing. I just looked very overdressed. Speaking of quoting animated movies, I was watching the Olympics bouldering today, and I kept going, I like that boulder. This is a nice boulder. Yes, I quote that all the time. Like, in your case, that warrants, that like 100% warrants that reference. But I feel like I make that reference all the time for no reason at all. I I mean, Shrek, like Shrek 1, like the first Shrek is so iconic. There's so many references to make from that movie. So good. Yeah, I deeply appreciate the friends that I have where I can make dumb references like that and they know what I'm talking about. Those are the true friends. So all the art supplies I use are linked in the description. I generally try to get most of my art supplies from like my local art supply stores, but obviously that's not the case for everybody. Like, I know everyone doesn't have access to an art supply store, so I have all of the links in the description if you need to find what I am using. I just recently like chopped all of my hair off, and like looking at this hairstyle, I'm like, man, I can't do this with my hair. It's fine. I really like having the short hair. It's much more manageable, especially in the summertime. It gets so hot. And I shed like crazy. So again, short hair, much better for that. For dealing with minimal shedding, or less shedding. With extensions, you can. This is true. I could get extensions. That sounds like more effort, though. I do have this really cute pink wig. It's super long that I bust out like every Halloween now. I'm just like, what do I want to be for Halloween that will allow me to wear this pink wig again? So the first year with this pink wig, I was a clown. And then the second time with this wig, I would dress up as Kimchi, like the drag queen. And then last year, obviously, Halloween didn't happen. And then this year, my friend was saying that she wants to be a cat. Like, she just wants to go, like, full Cats mode, like the musical. Not, like, an actual character from the Cats musical, but in that style where it's, like, full bodysuit cat. And I was like, you know what? I was like, maybe I'll just be a witch. I was like, then, you know, you can be my cat to my witch. And then I can wear the pink wig again. I just need to buy a witch hat and then just raid my own closet. Perfect. Done. And yes, we were thinking about Halloween already, even though it's far away, but that's just the way we are. Halloween is my favorite time of the year. Lava Girl. Oh my god. Okay. I've actually never seen Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I know. It's like such a huge like pop culture moment. But I actually have never seen it before. I've seen Spy Kids, and I feel like that's kind of on a similar wavelength. I don't remember it at all, but I've seen it. And also the wig, my pink wig is like a baby pink. So Lava Girl's hair is like a hot pink. I think one of my favorite costumes that I've seen in recent memory was a group of people who were different Britney Spears eras. It was so good. So one was like the blue flight attendant from the Toxic music video. One was obviously the Baby One More Time schoolgirl outfit. And then another one was the like red latex outfit from Oops, I Did It Again. So good. I was like, man, y'all really did that. It was amazing. I really appreciate group costumes. And that's something that I really miss about conventions, is seeing people's like really well done and thought through cosplays. Oh yeah, throwing in this baby pink on this blue is doing it for me. Should have done that from the beginning rather than trying that orangey color. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it right. Yeah. Yes, tone that bit down here. I think that's... Are you a full-time artist? Any advice to someone following their dreams? Thanks, I love. Have someone here that young that loves you. Thank you so much. Yes, I am a full-time artist now. I would say my biggest piece of, obviously there's like so many elements that go into pursuing art as a career, but I would say that one thing that I think is pretty crucial is to have multiple sources of income, because obviously this is a very freelancing in general is a very unstable and inconsistent flow of income. And so I think it's really important to have multiple sources. And obviously that can be in for a variety of different ways. Like, for me, I have my Patreon page, I have a shop, I have a YouTube channel, I do sponsorships, and those are the kind of the main things. And so I think it's really important to have like, yeah, just multiples. What it doesn't have to be those specifically, but just in case, you know, one. For me, it's like, okay, this month my YouTube channel wasn't as popular, so I didn't make quite as much money there, but at least like I have my shop income or, you know, Patreon. So, so when one thing doesn't, you know, go as well that month, you have other things to fall back on. Same with like, you know, if for whatever reason YouTube just like pooped out or something, I don't know, then at least I have like I don't have to rely on this one platform, so like solely, which I think is really good, with especially with how everyone's been complaining about Instagram. And so for me, I'm like, well, I still have YouTube and Patreon, so if something fatal were to happen to Instagram, at least I have another place that I'm active on and have an audience. Obviously, again, it's going to be different for everybody, but that's just my personal experience. Also, I did get the notification on my phone that we are at 20%. So I'm probably, and I'm like pretty much, I feel like I'm pretty close to being done this, honestly. So we're probably going to end the stream soon. I'm starting to get, my hand is like starting to turn pink from like all the pigment. Sometimes I'll have like a piece of scrap paper, so that I don't smudge, but it's fine. I don't think I'm smudging anything too much. Really digging this baby pink. Baby pink forever. Ooh, also, let's do baby pink on this red. Yes. Excellent, excellent. How do you know when to stop and not overwork a drawing? Good call. Honestly, for me, I find that I end up stopping when I'm like sick of looking at it. I know that's not very helpful. But it really is like intuitive, right? Like I think it's, and what is considered a finished drawing is going to be different for everybody. So for me, like sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, I'm over it. And then I just throw in the last touches, and then last touches, I mean like highlights and whatever. Yeah, I don't know. And sometimes like with traditional media anyway, sometimes like the paper itself or the medium itself sort of like forces you to stop. Like with watercolors, it's like you can only layer so many times before the paper just like gives out. And so sometimes it's like the medium itself will like force you to stop, which I think is why with like digital artwork, people spend like infinite amount of hours on it, because you literally can, there's no limitations on it. You can use a million layers, you can backspace, you can do a 1,000 different versions of it. So with traditional media, like there's more of a threshold, I think. I just realized I didn't really spend as much time on this bit here, so let's do that. And then, oh, I didn't do anything with the lemon earrings either. That's okay, I can do that later. But yeah, I am gonna stop streaming very soon because I don't want my phone to die before I can like say bye to everybody. But you know what? I will treat y'all to a special preview just between us squirrel friends, because as I mentioned before, I have been working on some BTS portraits, and I actually have 2 of them already done that I did yesterday, and I will show you. In terms of my Instagram, I want to I want to submit. I want to post. I think I want to post the 2 Jujutsu Kaisen portraits first, and then I'll start posting the BTS portraits, just so it's like more organized. You know. I don't normally have this much of a backlog, but I've been like really trying to up my art game or art output right now because I want to make some stickers and stuff. And when you have like a certain urge, you just got to roll with it. You got to like latch onto that momentum. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm not ready. Wait, I need to mentally prepare. Okay, if you want to mentally prepare for these BTS portraits, I've drawn RM and I've drawn Suga. So that's who I'm going to show you. Next, I think is going to be Jin and J-Hope. I think I'll probably film one of the portraits as well. I can't film all of them because like that would just take forever. But I think I'll probably film me painting V, probably. I think he's the most popular from what I've seen, kind of going around. I love them all, obviously. But I feel like V gets the most attention, I think. So I think I'll probably draw him. I mean, film the process of painting him. Magne line last. Okay, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Okay, so this is our mostly finished girl here. Thanks for hanging out. I'm glad that we had fun with her. She'll be the sticker for my Patreon this month, so I have the link in my description for the Patreon page if you're interested in receiving some cute rewards. All right, are y'all ready for the reveal? Orange Jewels. Oh no, I'm late again. I'm so sorry. I'm literally ending. But you came at a good time because I'm going to be revealing some artwork for you. Just between us squirrel friends is what I say. I still have the tape on it. Hold on. Actually, we can do some peel porn. So here's our boy RM. Let's do some peeling. Ready? And I just tape them to like a masonite board. So we've got our boy Namjoon with the little line play character. He was the first one. Oop. Hint of a dimple. I had to do his little cute dimples. I specifically picked an expression / picture because I was like, his adorable little dimple, so cute. Okay, and then let me grab. Aw, thanks guys. Oh my god, everyone's shook. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, the reference or the inspiration was like, you know those like cute like Japanese photo booth stickers? Ooh, 10% battery. Okay. 10% battery on my phone. You're all ready for Suga? Okay, here we go. Yay. Let me some more peeling action. Ready? Okay. Suga was more difficult than RM, I found. I feel like RM's features are like really distinctive, and so I think it's easier to get his likeness. Suga was a little bit more difficult, but I think I did okay. Let's peel it. So exciting. So satisfying, right? The gouache background. By the way, this is I did watercolor mostly for the portraits, and then like the backgrounds and the little sticker elements were in gouache. I used a little bit of gouache in the thingy, but okay, there we go. So yeah, today I'm probably gonna work on Jin and J-Hope. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Let's get this ugly masonite board out of the way. Here we go. So we got a little mixtape up there. The little rain clouds, I just feel like it suited him because, you know, he's our sleepy, introverted boy. So yeah, this is a little treat for everyone who came to the stream and stayed to the end or showed up at the end. I don't know what else to, I don't know. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that y'all hung out with me for this live stream. I had a lot of fun, and I hope that you did too. and look forward to the rest of your day or evening. And I'll see you in the next live stream, which I don't know when the next live stream will be, but I will make sure to post about it on my YouTube channel and Instagram stories. Yeah, I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. It was a lot of fun. And I'll leave you with these beautiful boys.